Have you ever had someone share with you something you walk away say, wow, that was really wise? That's happened to me so many times with Dottie, with my wife. But one of the greatest pieces of wisdom anyone has ever given me was when Dottie one night at a dinner table, after our kids had gone off somewhere, she said this. She said, honey, if you spend time with your children now, they'll spend time with you later. If you hug them now, they'll hug you later. If you show an interest in your children now, they'll show an interest in you later. If you kiss them now, they'll kiss you later. And if you listen to them now, oh, honey, when you get older, they will listen to you. And I remember the last thing she said, if you take their little tiny fingers and put them between your big fingers now, later, they will put their big fingers between you. When she shared that wisdom, I'm not sure I really grasped the totality of it until years later. My son was about 2 years old. At 20 years old, he was playing basketball in the university. And I just got to brag, he was academic All-American. But anyway, that's beside the point. I flew into a game, but I didn't tell him I was coming because I had a close connection in Nevada, and I didn't know for sure if I could make the game. But I did. When I walked in, the girls' game was being played. And as I walked in, everybody recognized me and all the eyes turned towards me. And then I looked kitty corner across the court, and there was Sean sitting up in the bleachers with the men's team dressed for their game. So I walked across the end of the court, and as I got to the corner, my son saw it was me. And he jumps up and he runs down the bleachers, boom, 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 boom. And here we are at each end of the court, and we start walking towards each other. Well, everyone was looking at us. They would look at me, then they'd look at him. They'd look at me, look at him, look at me, look at him. And they watched us right to the center of the court where we stopped right in front of the scorekeeper's table. And as it was like tension was the audience, we walked up to each other and we threw our arms around each other and gave each other a kiss. And the entire crowd broke out applauding. Yay, way to go! And nobody had scored except me, and yet they were all applauding. And I wondered later, when I got to the airport to fly back out late that night, what happened? Why did all those students break out applauding? And then I realized two things. And these two things sobered me. One, if I hadn't listened to my wife when my son was 2 years old and met him at half court, he wouldn't have met me at half court when he was 20. But the second thing was this. Those students broke out applauding because every one of them would like to have met their father at half court and gotten a hug and a kiss. And that's when I realized the wisdom of what my wife had shared. That if I do certain things in my children, they are young, they will do those same things with me when they are older. And I got to tell you, it makes a person at my age have some of the greatest thrills in life when their kids are still relating to them.